it's a good thing that we're all friends here because I think you guys know where I'm going to go with this, but I'll allow you, Sam, what is the percentage chance you think there's a conspiracy that allowed the Dallas Mavericks to get the number one pick in the NBA draft lottery last night?
Oh man, percentage chance of a conspiracy?
Yeah.
1.8%.
Okay. Dan Byer?
That's a really good answer by Sam. 50%.
50%.
5-0, Doug.
Wow. Jay Stu?
What's the question here?
What is the percent chance you would give of the likelihood of a conspiracy that led to the Dallas Mavericks getting the number one overall draft pick in last night's NBA draft lottery?
Let's see. I would land between Sam's and Dan's. But I will say this. The conspiracy theory is a lot more interesting to me than a collection of coincidences.
Oh, I don't doubt that it's super interesting, right? I mean, look, Pat Ewing to the Knicks, the old frozen envelope, that one I kind of buy. But, and, you know, there's weird ones. Derrick Rose from Chicago to the Bulls. LeBron James from Akron to the Cavaliers, right? Like, these ones are weird. Or the Cavs lose LeBron and get the number one pick. Like, we've seen this happen. But we do realize that if the NBA had a conspiracy and they got anybody together, or even one person came up with the idea that the NBA would run the risk of ceasing to exist as a sport. Right? It would have to move into the WWE, hey, we're just entertainment variety, right? They've already had the Donaghy thing, which causes people to think that games are rigged by the officials. And then if you added this, you couldn't take anything on the up and up that ever happens in the NBA. It can't happen. Gambling, as I told you before, is the lifeblood of professional sports. It just is. And this would make all the gambling markets go like, yeah, we can't get in on the NBA. Partnerships would cease to exist. So I don't mind Sam's number of 1.8% because you're like, yeah, I mean, like, look, I don't think so, but I got to at least a scientific fact is like 97% proven true. They leave that 3% because, hey, man, crazy stuff happens. But, Dan, 50%, you're going to have to support any sort of argument there.
I find it interesting how the Spurs find all this lottery luck. And even as they are not landing in the number one spot, I find it interesting that it was the number 2 spot with the San Antonio Spurs. The 50%, why I don't think it is rigged, is I don't know why they would continually want to load up the Western Conference. So if I did think it was rigged, I would think that Philadelphia would have gotten the number 1 overall pick to try to improve the Sixers, to put Cooper Flag there. We don't know.
Why not the Wizards?
Because I don't think that they trust the Wizards franchise. I feel that and that's why the Victor Wembanyama pick of the Spurs. Well, I thought, and I did not want him to go to the Spurs because I'm like, Spurs won with Robinson, they won with Duncan, then they're going to win again. Sure enough, they win again. But it feels like it's the most stable organization, and it feels like maybe at least you could pair Cooper Flag up with Tyrese Maxey, have another contender in the East. The Wizards just have nothing, and I think that they'd be afraid that Cooper Flag would go there and just disappear, that he couldn't do it by himself.
Oh, listen, that team is an abject disaster. Don't get me wrong, okay? But if it's, as you said, it's good for business. It's good for business if the Knicks are good. It's good for business if the Wizards are good. You know, you get the nation's capital, American-born player. It'd be good for business. I just, if anyone found out about it, then how could we take anything the NBA does seriously or above board ever again? We couldn't. So it's really the fan in you and the historically knowledgeable fan in you that you're like, because all those other things, I actually completely disagree with you, Jason, because you told that to me on the phone earlier today, which is, was it a series of coincidences is not interesting?
Yeah, that's dull.
Yeah, I actually think that's way more interesting. Think about it for a second. Let me pitch you on this, Jay. Let me see if I can make you flip to seeing it from my perspective. I might not be able to. It's kind of amazing, these things that are coincidences. Right? It's amazing that on an up-and-up draft lottery, you have a third party do it that's clearly monitored, that somehow the Bulls ping pong ball comes up when the Bulls have a chance to select a Chicago-born superstar player who becomes an MVP in a Derrick Rose. It's nothing short of remarkable that the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they're in the lottery, they get the ping pong ball that gives them LeBron James. It's kind of amazing that the San Antonio Spurs, here's a San Antonio, kind of a whatever city, right? When you list the big cities in Texas, most people say Dallas, Houston, or Houston, Dallas, and then Austin, right? More so than San Antonio. All of these things, and there's more things that have come together, but all of these are mere coincidences, and the fact that they're so remarkable that people actually think it's a conspiracy, I think makes it super interesting.